All right, so today we are going to unlock an SEO superpower I think a lot of people sleep on.
Oh, tell me more.
Internal linking.
Yeah.
We're going deep on a Portuguese SEO podcast and article today.
Nice.
And it really changed the way I think about my website.
Yeah,
It's not just about the links that point to other sites.
right.
It's the ones you control
Yeah, the ones on your site.
within your own
Yeah,
website.
just like, it's wild. Yeah, and it's something that a lot of people, I think, underestimate the control that you have there.
Yeah.
Like the source material had this case study
Okay.
where this small business saw their search ranking jump significantly
Wow.
after like a very focused internal linking revamp.
Really? What kind of business was it?
It was an online clothing boutique.
Hmm.
And they had all this great content, but it was like scattered all over the place,
Yeah.
like a messy closet.
Yeah.
And so they strategically used internal links to group related products and kind of guide visitors through the site in a way that made sense.
Yeah.
And they saw a huge improvement on how long people stayed on the site,
Oh, interesting.
which Google definitely noticed.
That's a game changer. So it's not just about getting people to the website.
Right.
It's about keeping them there.
It's keeping them engaged once they're there.
Yeah.
And internal linking is a big part of that.
Yeah.
It's about creating those pathways for visitors to find what they're looking for. Almost like a well-organized library where everything is connected.
Okay, yeah. So it goes beyond the basic SEO.
Yeah.
This is like user experience stuff too.
Yes.
Yeah, but how does this whole PageRank thing fit in? The Portuguese podcast kept mentioning that as like
Right.
a digital currency almost.
Yeah, so PageRank, you can imagine like every page on your website has a certain amount of like voting power.
Okay.
The more votes a page has, the more influence it has on search results.
Okay.
And so internal links are like casting votes.
Mm.
You're transferring some of that voting power from one page to another.
So if I have like a blog post that's super popular and it's
Yeah.
getting a lot of traffic,
Mm-hmm.
if I link from that to a product page,
Yeah.
that's giving that product page more juice.
Yeah, you're giving it a boost.
Okay.
And the more relevant those linked pages are to each other, the more valuable those votes become.
Got it.
It's like a recommendation from a trusted source.
Okay, so how do we put this into practice?
Yeah.
Where do we even begin with optimizing internal links?
So they really stress the importance of anchor text,
Okay.
the clickable words in the link.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of generic phrases like click here or learn more,
Yeah.
use descriptive text that tells both the user and the search engine what to expect
Gotcha.
when they click on that link.
So if I'm writing about the benefits of yoga, I wouldn't just say learn more.
Right.
I'd say something like discover the benefits of yoga for stress relief.
Exactly.
Right.
So you're giving Google and the reader clear context,
Mm-hmm.
and it helps with your website's overall organization too.
So we're thinking bigger picture than just individual links.
Yeah, it's the whole structure of the website.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it.
Yeah.
If your website's easy to navigate, visitors are more likely to find what they're looking for and spend more time there.
Right.
And search engines like Google,
Yeah.
they interpret that as a good sign,
Okay.
which can improve your search ranking.
So wait a minute.
Yeah.
A well-organized site with good internal links actually helps you rank higher.
It is a ranking factor.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Google wants to deliver the best possible experience to its users.
Okay.
So a website that's easy to navigate
Right.
with relevant content that's easily accessible through these logical internal links,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to score higher in their eyes.
This is blowing my mind. I had no idea internal linking was so much more than just a technical SEO tactic.
Yeah.
This is like a bigger thing.
It's about creating a better experience for everyone.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more we can unpack here as we go deeper, too.
Okay.
The podcast actually highlighted some fascinating advanced strategies
All right.
that I'm eager to discuss with you,
Okay.
especially this idea of thematic linking and how that can amplify your content's impact.
Thematic linking, huh? Okay, let's dive into that.
Let's do it.
All right.
So have you ever heard of the concept of content silos?
I have not.
It's like creating themed neighborhoods on your website,
Okay.
where each group of pages is connected by relevant internal links.
So instead of having like my blog posts here and my product pages over there,
Yeah.
I group them by topic.
Exactly. So, like, for example, if you sell gardening supplies,
Okay.
you might have a vegetable gardening silo
Right.
with pages on choosing seeds, preparing the soil, pest control, even recipes using the vegetables that you grow. And each page links to the others within that silo.
Okay.
So you're creating this web of expertise on that specific topic.
So we're not just linking randomly, we're thinking about this.
We're being strategic.
We're creating a web of information that's valuable to both users and search engines.
You're getting it. And there's even more nuance to it.
Okay.
Did you know that even like the placement of your internal links within the content matters?
Really? So it's not just about having a link, it's about where it is.
Precisely. The podcast actually mentioned this fascinating study that found that the first link to a specific page actually carries the most weight.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like in terms of passing on that digital currency we were talking about.
So if I have multiple links to my Contact Us page, the one that appears first is the most valuable.
That's the idea.
Wow.
And that goes for any page you're linking to. That first link is like prime real estate.
Okay.
So make sure it's pointing to a page that you really want to boost.
Wow, this is getting really strategic.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling there's even more to learn.
There is.
This deep dive is already like exceeding my expectations.
Oh, we're just getting started.
Okay.
In the next part, we'll explore some powerful tools and techniques that can help you analyze and optimize your internal linking strategy. I can't wait. It's going to open up a whole new world of possibilities.
All right, well, let's take a break and we'll come back to that.
Okay, so I'm ready for more internal linking secrets.
Yeah, let's dive in.
You mentioned some tools and techniques that can help analyze and optimize our strategy.
Right. One of the most valuable tools in your SEO arsenal is Google Search Console.
Oh, yeah. Google Search Console.
It's like a direct line of communication with Google. It gives you insights into how your site is performing in search results.
So we can see what Google sees when it crawls our website.
You can. It's incredible.
Wow.
You can see which keywords are bringing people to your site, which pages are ranking well, and even which internal links are getting the most clicks.
Wait, we can see which internal links people are clicking on?
You can.
That's amazing.
It is. It's like having a heat map of user engagement. So if I see that people are clicking on a certain link from a blog post to a product page, I know that's working.
Exactly. And then you can think about, maybe I should create more links like that on other relevant pages.
Right.
It's all about using that data to improve user experience.
Okay, so it's not just about seeing what's working. It's about finding problems too, right?
Right. Exactly. Like if a page has a high bounce rate, that might mean the content's not engaging or the internal links aren't leading visitors to the right places.
Like a diagnostic tool.
Precisely.
Okay.
And another powerful tool is Google Analytics.
Yeah, I use Google Analytics.
This gives you a deeper understanding of how people navigate your site, where they're coming from, how long they're staying.
So we can see the whole journey from when they land to when they leave.
Yes. And again, that can be incredibly valuable for optimizing your internal linking strategy.
Oh.
Like, let's say people land on a specific product page, but then they leave without exploring further. You might want to add some internal links to related products or blog posts that could keep them engaged.
Oh, that's smart.
So you're kind of like a website detective.
Yeah.
Following those breadcrumbs
Yeah.
of user behavior.
Okay.
And speaking of breadcrumbs,
Yeah.
there's another internal linking element we need to discuss.
Okay.
Breadcrumb navigation.
Breadcrumb navigation.
You've seen those, right?
I have, yeah. It's that little trail of links at the top of the page.
Right, exactly.
That shows you where you are on the site.
Yeah, and they're not just a visual aid. They actually serve an important SEO purpose.
Okay.
Breadcrumb navigation helps search engines understand the hierarchy of your website and the relationship between different pages.
So it's like giving Google a map of our website.
Exactly, which makes it much easier for them to crawl and index our content.
Right.
And breadcrumbs make it easier for users to navigate too.
Okay.
Especially if they land on a deep page from search results.
So it's like a win-win for users and search engines. Okay, I'm seeing how all these pieces fit together.
Yeah, it's all connected.
But what about those mistakes we talked about earlier, like link overload and stuff?
Yeah, you got to be mindful of those potential pitfalls.
Right, so we need to avoid link overload, irrelevant linking, and neglecting deeper pages.
Yes, quality over quantity, and make sure every link has a purpose.
Got it. What about broken links?
Oh, those are a big one too, links that lead to a page that no longer exists.
Yeah, you get that 404 error.
Exactly. Search engines don't like those.
Okay.
They disrupt the flow of their crawlers.
Okay.
And they can make your website look neglected.
So we need to find those and fix those.
Regularly, yeah. The Portuguese podcast actually recommended using a website auditing tool to scan for those.
Okay, that's going on my to-do list.
Good.
Are there any other pitfalls we should be aware of?
Well, there's one more I'd like to highlight.
Okay.
And it's something that people often overlook.
Okay.
Anchor text diversity.
Anchor text diversity, what is that?
So you know how we talked about being consistent with anchor text?
Yeah.
Well, too much consistency can actually be a bad thing.
Really?
Yeah, if you use the exact same anchor text for every link to a page, it can look unnatural and even spammy to search engines.
Oh, so it's like you're trying too hard?
Yeah, it's best to use a variety of anchor text phrases
Okay.
that are relevant to the page while still being natural.
So, like, for my About Us page, I
Yeah.
could use our team or meet the founders.
Exactly, instead of just about us every time.
Okay, that makes sense.
And that creates a more natural link profile and shows search engines that you're not trying to game the system.
Okay, so we've talked about a lot here.
We have.
I'm starting to see how much strategy goes into internal linking.
It's more than just sprinkling links randomly.
Right, it's about creating this whole network.
Exactly. It's a carefully crafted network.
That helps users and search engines.
You got it. And speaking of strategy,
Yeah.
there are some even more advanced techniques we can explore
Ooh, okay.
in the final part of our deep dive,
Right.
like using internal linking to build topical authority and create content clusters that dominate the search rankings.
Content clusters. Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Let's get into it.
Okay, content clusters. Let's unlock that next level.
All right, so imagine content clusters like constellations in the night sky.
Okay.
You have this central high authority page, like a bright star, and then all this related content kind of orbiting around it.
So instead of just having all these standalone pages,
Right.
we're grouping them, like in these little hubs.
Exactly. Each cluster focuses on a specific topic.
Okay.
And the internal links between them, all the pages in the cluster,
Yeah.
they reinforce that topic's authority.
I gotcha.
It's like building a mini encyclopedia on your website for that subject.
And Google eats that up, right?
Oh, yeah, they love it.
They can really tell what the site's about.
When you create content clusters, you're sending this clear signal to Google that you're an expert on that topic. And the more comprehensive the cluster is, the better your chances of ranking higher for those keywords.
So we're not just competing with individual pages anymore.
Right.
We're competing with these whole clusters.
That's a great way to think about it.
Wow.
And the beauty of it is they're so versatile.
Oh.
You can create clusters around your products, services, blog categories, anything that's relevant to your audience.
Yeah, it's way more strategic than what I've been doing.
Right. It's a more focused approach.
So the podcast had an example, right?
It did. Yeah. They talked about this website that sells hiking gear.
Okay.
And they created clusters around different types of hiking, like day hikes, backpacking trips, mountain climbing.
Okay, yeah.
Each cluster had a central page with this comprehensive guide to that type of hiking.
Gotcha.
And then supporting articles, on things like gear recommendations, trail guides, safety tips.
So if I'm planning a backpacking trip,
Yeah,
I can find everything I need in one spot.
exactly, without having to click all over the website.
Makes sense.
It's a win-win for users and search engines.
Okay, so I'm sold. I want to start doing this.
It's a great strategy.
But how do we know it's working? Like, are there metrics we should be tracking?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Remember those metrics we talked about? Click-through rate, bounce rate, pages per session. Those are all good indicators.
So if we see click-throughs going up, bounce rate going down,
Exactly.
we're on the right track.
That means people are clicking on your links, exploring your content, and spending more time on your website.
And Google Search Console can show us even more, right?
It can. You can see which internal links are driving the most traffic to your pages,
Yeah.
which ones are getting the most clicks.
Okay.
And then you can use that data to identify your top performing links and see if you can,
Replicate that.
replicate that success on other pages.
So we have all this data
You do.
that can help us make our internal linking even better.
The beauty of data-driven SEO.
Wow. This has been incredible. I've learned so much.
Good.
I used to be kind of intimidated by internal linking, but now I'm excited about it.
It's powerful stuff.
It's a whole new way to think about my website.
Yeah, and remember, the world of SEO is constantly evolving.
Right.
So stay curious, keep learning,
Yeah.
adapt your strategies as needed.
Well, I'm ready to put all this into practice.
Okay.
I can't wait to see how it transforms my website.
It's going to be great.
Thanks for taking me on this deep dive. It's been really eye-opening.
It's been my pleasure.
All right. And to everyone listening, I hope this has given you a new appreciation for the power of internal linking.
It really is a game changer.
It's a game changer for SEO, for user experience, for creating an amazing online presence.
Happy linking, everyone.
Thanks for listening.